These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Denver Broncos. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And they're definitely showing blitz here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And his throw is incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6.
Hurry up, here we go.
He'll look to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
Now they try the right side here, and he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
2nd down following the run.
Watch left. Tight end to the left. Watch him now, Barney.
They'll look to throw. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And, oh, he is really laid out that time. Knocked flat on his back.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
Defense showing blitz.
Hurry up,
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
And, Brandon, you know that expression, he just does what he does? It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL, and all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
Now a handoff as they run left side. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run.
He's had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. Now back to throw. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. The 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. They'll try and set up the... They'll run for the first time with Johnson. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13. They'll try to capitalize on play number 11 of this opening drive. 3rd and goal. Back to throw here. Dumping it off for Johnson. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Give him 8 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. And his kick is good. Didn't hit it all that well, but he got enough on it to put it through. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-zip. And, Charles, they get the field goal. Took him a dozen plays, though.
Work with me on this one. You know what I'm about to say, right? Bend but don't break. That's what came into play here for the defense. 12 plays were run at them. They only gave up 3 points. In a lot of ways, that's a win for the defense.
On the NFL scoreboard, an update from Foxborough. It's the Patriots with the early lead over the Bills. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. Defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he powers his way up past the 30. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on 2nd down. They fake the give. Now Mahomes sliding out of the pocket. That was going to let it go deeper. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A big gain of 31 on 3rd down. Clock running, under a minute to go now here in a fast-moving first quarter. Now they'll run it on the toss. Spins away. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
In today's NFL, you hear all the time about stretching the field and creating space in order to run plays. A toss play will help accomplish that because now you're pushing a defense to chase you all the way to the edges and to the sideline. That's a nice run. Probing now early to try and get things done later.
And he'll go down at the 28. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin as the Chiefs in possession of the football as we begin the second quarter. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. And the D-line pinching together, must be expecting the run.
Here we go.
And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
A give to the fullback on the dive. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. And he'll send the tight end in motion left. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second. Now they'll throw with Mahomes. Flush to his right. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. On third and long, it's Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a first down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
And his kick is good. And that will tie us at 3-3. And that field goal caps an 11-play drive.
That's a lot of offense to run to only get 3 points, but they'll take them. Anytime you can put anything on the board, you run to your sideline somewhat happy.
This is taken at the 3. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. And Denver getting set to take the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Now a handoff looking right. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Denver has the first down. The play going for 15 yards.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
First down carry here for Johnson. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Kind of running there at your own risk against that 4-3 and that big line, aren't you?
Yeah, and I don't really run it against a good 4-3 team that well because I've got to get those guys on the move a little bit. If you're a static running team, meaning you just want to run it in the middle, you may have some trouble against good defensive tackles. That's what we just saw in that play. No gain.
And they give this time to the tailback. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And the broken tackle helps lead to a 1st down gain. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. 2 minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. Back to Denver right after this.
Here we go now. Green, Leopard, Leopard.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a 1st down.
Well, they're certainly running the ball pretty well on this drive, and all I remember as a secondary guy was if you're making a lot of tackles in a game, that's usually not good for your defense. You've got to figure out how to keep things in front of you because you know there's 3 levels, defensive line, linebackers, and into the secondary. And if the 3rd level is leading your team in tackles, as a general rule, things aren't going so well for your defense.
Now they try the right side here. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Well, that run wasn't very successful. They did have a big one on the previous play. So you get the sense that the offense is probing around, trying to find the ones that are going to work. And when they find them, they'll keep coming back to them.
On 2nd down, Johnson. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Around the NFL, we've got a 2nd quarter score. It's the Patriots with the early lead over the Bills. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. On play action, they'll throw. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. And the Chiefs are going to signal for and be granted another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. This from 36 yards out. And his kick is good. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals at 6-3. So we're trading field goals here in the opening half. No breakthrough yet on the touchdown front. We've got a 6-3 game.
And really, I like what I've seen from both of these defenses thus far. Both have been a little more aggressive than I expected. And I think that's reflected in what we see on the scoreboard, which is no touchdowns to this point.
And now here comes Kansas City. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Mahomes to throw on second down. Eluding the pressure right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the second down incompletion. They go play fake. Mahomes. They'll roll him out right. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Called that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. They'll run it now out of the gun. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. On second down, they'll try and run the counter. So if you like, and we will skip the highlight show this week, get right back to this week 3 matchup. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be fielded at the 6. Accelerating, and off he goes. 20. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown.
We've sat in a lot of meetings, and they always talk about the offense taking advantage of beginning a half. Plus, special teams coaches don't listen to that. They want to take advantage with their own unit, and they just did.
Yeah, they trailed in the locker rooms, and they changed that immediately.
I think they drew that one up special. That felt like something he pulled out of his pocket that he'd been holding for a while, and they were able to use it effectively.
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And to no one's surprise here in Denver, that'll carry through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there, just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up, and they're able to get this one across the 35. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
That's a good explosive run right there on the draw play. And in order for it to be successful, you've got to have some good faking going on and people having a nice little time clock in their head to understand how it all knits together. An offensive line really showing a pass set that they're going to pass block, maybe to draw in those defensive linemen, have them come upfield, and then get past them, hand the ball off to the running back, and oftentimes he bypasses the guys headed for the quarterback, thinking they're going to get a sack, and gets himself into the secondary. And in this case, he picked up really nice yardage.
And they still need 8 yards for the first here on second down. Now a handoff looking right. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Back-to-back 1-yard runs here, so that leaves him with a third down and 8.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old-school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he's going to go out of bounds, taking it down inside the 25. 23 yards on the play. They've been struggling in the passing game. Do you like the aggressiveness there? I mean, it worked on that play, but do you like it?
I do, because a lot of the time you're struggling because your passing lanes are clogged. That usually happens when you're throwing the ball underneath. People start to press up on you. Push them deep. Find some space and open things up again. Being aggressive there, I think, will pay off for them.
He's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
So the offense readies for a 2nd and 4. Looking to throw. And not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone.
Credit the secondary and credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 4.
Here we go now.
They'll set up to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It'll go as a 9-yard loss on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. And this one is right through. And that gets him back within a single point. It's now 10-9. So it's a 3rd field goal for him now, and he's accounted for all 9 of their points thus far.
And he's definitely keeping them afloat. But we say it so often, field goals are not going to win you games in the National Football League. They've got to find ways to start capitalizing when they get down near the red zone.
And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. And out come the Chiefs now. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Here we go now. 3-19.
Well, now they'll try the end around. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
See if they stay on the ground for second down. On play action, it's Mahomes. Rolling to his right. He's going to let this go deep, back over the middle. And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. A big play there. His second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead. And with that, the lead is up to 8. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes it's just a matter of philosophy. Some say run it until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool them a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool them on that play.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Flushed out right, and he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th. Here's Riley Dixon now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Yeah, last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. Taken in at the 22. 12 yards on the return that time, and it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. Now they try the right side here. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to 3rd down. And 3rd quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you stop the clock, and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
Mahomes now to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Around the NFL, 3rd quarter from Foxborough. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. Welcome back now to Denver. Very tough spot here for the offense to start.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. Hurry up, here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He's got room to run past the 20. And they're going to get this one up past the 25. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this will go for 5 up to the 33.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
They'll set up a throw. Flush to his right, and he slides to avoid the hit. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Now the offense lining up 1st and 10.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right.
Back to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 18 big yards on that one and a Denver first.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. Fresh set of downs here. And some extras coming up on the line here, readying for the blitz.
No. Check. Patriot.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the 4th quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production. But how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got the number of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can get started. This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. The Broncos on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 7. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This from 44 yards out, left hash. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that'll get the lead down to 5. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I guess they're thinking their hands were tied, but in the 4th quarter, that field goal, it really might not help them much at all.
Yeah, I mean, you still need a touchdown. Another field goal does you no good, so it'll be interesting to see what the media reaction is if the score stays where it is.
Following the field goal on is Riley Dixon to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So now here are the Chiefs as their offense makes their way back out onto the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the fourth quarter, we see both teams hold up the four fingers, fourth quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the four fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it, and let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Just a couple on the ground there. That's going to bring up 3rd and about 6. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And he's got his man on the out route. The 30, the 20, and all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chiefs add on to their lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. They'll run it now out of the gun. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
And there's a nice stop for the defense. They've had a tough time containing this guy all game long, but maybe they can build a little bit off of that play, a little bit of confidence, a little bit of momentum. Yeah, every now and then you can actually tackle that guy.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. The Broncos on 3rd down. Not quite 50%. 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. It's a gain of 8, and it's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Down to the 25. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Doesn't matter who you're rooting for in this game. The effort of the man with the football, getting away from one and trying to turn forward and get some yardage, I really liked what he did there.
Second down following the run.
Let's go! 319! 319!
Now they'll run it on the toss. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll lead here to a third down.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, here we go. 319! Watch it now, Barney!
Now here's Mahomes. Now they go screen. It's complete. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. Only 2 on the screen pass there, and it'll be fourth down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
And his kick is indeed good. That game has gone final in Foxborough. The Patriots, they've now taken the lead over the Bills. If they hold on, a victory there would be their third of the year. So they settle for just the 3 there, but clearly anything helps when you're trying to salt one away here in the fourth.
Without a doubt, I think a touchdown would have been the final nail. But 3 does give him some breathing room and lets him build up a little cushion.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That could give you a big boost going forward in the season.
It certainly can, and I don't think you're overhyping it because cliches go out the window when you start to play overtime. And you're right, the winner of this game now, that's an extra boost moving forward. And it actually is an extra hurt for the team that loses because normally you shake it off. But in this situation, it lingers a little bit longer.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon, everyone, as we say so long from Denver.
no Harvard, but I was a scholar. Hard knocks, and I learned to be smarter. Don't prefer to be bothered. You get if I order. That's word to my father. I will for my mother. Deal with my brothers. Keep it real, real. Don't talk with no. Plus I duck under covers. Gotta stay on this mission. Got a vision that's endless. They told me don't be a menace. They gon' serve me a sentence. But now I'm up in it. The illest that did it. Get the cream look. Drop it in it. Give about opinions. I'm just minding my business. If I'm grinding, I'm shining. Don't got time for the gimmicks. Squad, I'm it. 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 Squad. Oh my God, fire! Squad, I'm it. Okay, now we back to square one. It's hard to square up. Everybody got come, mama cries, dead sons. Lord, please bless them. Back to the party. I'm just pouring my. Don't give face that before, so I live it up. When a come, better get them up. That's a floss track, better get them up. I'ma keep eating this a dinner rush. I'll let you finish up. Flock of diamonds, I can promise I'm being honest. This being modest. I am your highness. I am the finest. You rappers, plus you a liar. Don't idolize and I don't admire. Been doing me for like ever. I'm a better me, more clever. It's a new way. We surfing, baby, new age. That's a certain, baby. Let's take a ride. Put your for the ones that die. It's vows tonight. Just you and I get lost tonight. Then lose your mind. Squad, I'm it. Squad, I'm it. Squad, I'm it. Squad, I'm it.